maybe tricking you or hiding things or whatever. This is a real person who has studied it. And when I tell you, okay, listen, all you Democrats out there, and the people who were like, because I know that I think Monique was upset talking about Hakeem Jeffries and whatever, and I'm like, dude, we don't need that. It's boring. Nobody cares about that. We want to hear from AOC. We want to hear from Jasmine Crockett. We want to hear from Eric Swalwell. We want to hear from Dan Goldman, like people who have some energy and there's some spunk and some zest in what they're doing, and they're meeting people with the energy that the Republicans have, the energy that folks want. This is how you do it, not with some PowerPoint. Let's go to the Kinkos, or is it even called Kinkos anymore, or FedEx, whatever it is, and get the boards or whatever. No, we're in a different era now. This is a TikToker, and I want to shout him out. His name is I think it's Sully, right? Sully, explaining what is going on in this world in a way that is palatable, that is understandable, that draws you in. And I wish that someone would be able to do this on the House floor. But unfortunately, it appears that they don't have the capacity to be able to do it. Let's play it. Here is Sully. Pay attention. He's telling you truth. He's speaking. He's dropping facts.
Everybody, welcome to the classroom. I'm your host, Sully. Very happy to have you back. Now, remember, okay, I'm just trying to teach people things. It has been very, very hard to teach anybody anything in the last 10 years because people are just so convinced they're right. And I want you to know how a Massachusetts Democrat actually thinks. I'm just like you. I got grandkids. I play sports. I love America. I show up for my neighbors. I show up for my friends. I am you. But let's take a look at the numbers because math is my thing. This right here represents the top tier tax bracket in 1965, which was 77%. If I fast forward to today, the richest of the rich, the top tier, are now paying at a rate of 37%. You can see it with your own eyes. This is a 52% decrease in the taxes for the wealthiest people in the world, being done by the wealthiest people in the world. Move over here. This is the teacher in 1965, paying at a rate of 20%. That teacher is now paying at a rate of 22%. The facts on the ground are that the richest of the rich have in fact gotten a 52% reduction in their taxes, while the teacher got a 10% increase. Let's move on so you can still understand how I think. This is $100 billion. It represents the amount of money that all of us can use in the infrastructure bill that is fixing all of our bridges and roads. Every American gets to use this money. Well, I've taken that $100 billion and I had to stack up 112 cups that represent $11.2 trillion, which is the amount of money that will not make it into the United States Treasury over the next 10 years because of the tax cuts. The red ones are the first 4.5 trillion. The blue ones are the ones that are being promoted now that you should know about. $11.2 trillion that is absolutely going to the richest of the rich. I cannot figure out what you don't see. Do you not think that this would be good for building schools, down payment loans for teachers, daycare? This is how I think. It may not be the same, but I want you to know that I'm not crazy, and I'm going to bring up one last thing. This is $50 billion, which is the amount of money that DOGE claims that they have saved with all of their cuts. And I want you to take a look at how that stacks up against the taxes. It doesn't make sense to a guy like me why we are only talking about cuts when this is going on. It absolutely gives the appearance that the richest of the rich are telling us what we can't afford while they're in the safe taking all of the money. I hope that you learned something, because this, to me, represents a decoy. It is a distraction. It is the false flag. It gives me the appearance that they are trying to rile you up with everything from immigration, Gulf of America, LGBTQ, CRT, down the line, missing children, all so you don't see that they're ripping us off. I'm just like you. I want what you want. I hope you see what we're seeing. We're not crazy. Remember, I'm always rooting for you, and I hope you have an awesome night.
That guy's awesome. Now you see what I mean? When I talk about, well, first of all, it's the truth. And I talk about messaging. You got that, right? All the folks, tell me in the chat, you understood what he was saying. And that's how you know when you're in the classroom, when there's a good professor, a good teacher, they give it to you in a way that you understand it, that draws you in, that makes you interested. You got that little red cup. The little red cup is the saving. That's the savings from the Doge. And this giant mound over here, that's the money that they could be saving or could be giving to help other people, and they're not. Hate to keep hitting Democrats, but giving a PowerPoint presentation on the floor of Congress ain't going to do shit. They need to bring that dude in and have him go around the country or put him on TV to explain to people what actually is going on. That guy is a national treasure, I believe. Did you guys learn from him? You got what he was saying, right? And you weren't bored. You understood what he was saying and you were not bored by it. And it did something to me like, God dang it, he's right. Damn it. What do I do? Am I going to call my congressman? What am I going to do?